Hey there, guys. This is Devin Paul, and I am your host today for the Pan Series Daily. And today, I just really wanted to talk about the importance of keeping involved in the community, whether it be actually going to handpan gatherings, which I haven't done myself just because I've been on a budget, as well as joining handpan.org. Um, Very, very crucial to staying involved. There's tons of development threads, tons of people selling handpans, swapping handpans. There's a lot of great content to read through there. Whether you're an aspiring builder, whether you want to learn how to play handpan, whether you already know how to play handpan and you just kind of want to find other players to collaborate with, the handpan forum is a very, very great place to be. I've been a member since 2014, I believe, and then I actually joined. No, I joined in 2014, but then I was actually watching and kind of trying to build handpans at the time for I think 3 years before that. So since 2011, I was kind of in the shadows, um, getting tongue drums, playing tongue drums, trying to build handpans, which I actually ended up failing because I was using rusted shells. I was using rusted 55-gallon lids, not lids, but like the bottoms, and I was sinking them down using a sledgehammer, not really making it very consistent, and I was very young. Um, so, fortunately, that didn't come to be. But, anyways, back to the whole importance of staying involved in the community. Aside from just having the networking for whenever you're going to be selling or wanting a handpan, or if you want to sell an album, um, it's very, very important to have friends in the community. Very, very important to be known in the community, because if you're going to start a Kickstarter campaign like Carlos Rodriguez, he just started his Kickstarter campaign a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a month ago actually. Um, and it was to help produce his album and his first solo album, and he of course achieved his goals because he had networking already in place. He already had lots of respect from the community members. And I'm not saying that you have to do the same process like Carlos did, where he actually posts tons of videos. This is essentially everything that he does. He posts a video on. He travels, visits builders. He also goes to the handpan gatherings. He's very, very fortunate. I'm not as fortunate, but I would love to be someday. I'd love to be a little bit more involved, a lot more involved actually in the community. Um, just as my life has been going, it hasn't been able to become an actualization yet. Um, but definitely in the future, I'll become more and more involved. Through these Pan Series daily videos, I'm becoming a little bit more involved. My face is getting out there, my name is getting out there. But really, I don't really mind my face and my name getting out. All I really care about is the connection. Because you can form lifelong connections with people on the forum. You can form lifelong connections just ringing somebody up, being like, hey, I love your handpans. I love what you're doing. I love how you're playing. I just want to support you in this. I mentioned this in one of my earlier Pan Series videos, but Michael Langdon, he's one of my biggest, not biggest supporters. He's one of my closer friends, and he's always pushing me, always telling me to continue creating, and he's really a sense of motivation in my life, not just with the Pan Series, but in multiple other aspects. Um, but he said, "Together we rise," and that quote is, I don't know if that's his words, I don't know if that's one of his mentor's words, or he read it somewhere, but I'm going to quote that to him. Um, but it makes sense, right? If you're supporting somebody else, if you're giving them encouragement and they succeed, we're all in this together. We're all a part of this community together. Whether you have a handpan and you're not necessarily participating in the community, going out to gatherings or anything like that, but you're still playing it, you're still a part of the community. It doesn't make you any less worthy or any less important. You know, every member, every player, every aspiring builder, every builder is just as important to the community. So keep your guys, keep your eyes peeled. Sorry about that. I had a brain fart. Keep your eyes peeled on the Handpan Forum, and also keep your eyes peeled on YouTube. Every month, I just sit down. Every week, I sit down and I type in Handpan, and then on the search setting for the filter, I do most recent, so then I can watch every video that was published within the past day, month, week, year even. And there's a lot of great content. Just writing a comment on somebody else's video saying, hey man, I love your stuff. Even just sharing it. Whenever you're sharing other people's posts, whenever you're commenting, you're growing our community. Because then that gives those people more exposure, which then gives you more exposure, which then gives our instruments more exposure. And we are a part of the movement, Whether we like it or not, handpans are becoming more and more produced and more steadily available. So you don't have to have a 2-year waiting list anymore necessarily to get a handpan. You can buy some in under a month, buy some in under 6 months. So as more and more builders continue to be developing and popping up and becoming public, there's going to be a lot larger of a base for the community to grow off of. More instruments equals more players equals a larger community, which means we all grow together. So stay a part of the community, stay involved, whether it's just watching videos, whether it's commenting on people's videos, sharing people's videos, getting exposure for the instruments. Stay involved. Make sure you guys sign up for the Handpan Forum. If you're not already registered member there, you do have to send Gerald, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, brother. You do have to send the actual owner or founder of the Handpan Forum a email stating your name, why you want to become a member of the forum, and then he'll approve it, create your account for you, and then you go from there. But just stay involved. It's very, very important to the growth of the community as well as the movement of handpans into the global spotlight. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. I hope you had a great time watching. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that this video inspires you to actually participate just a little bit more in the community. And anyways, take care guys, keep hyped. I can't wait to talk to you next time.